Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. And of course, all of these audios are primarily for the person on the 1,000-watt Bobby Hemmit frequency, because the level shared is all from Bobby Hemmit. And, what you think is just normal everyday things, there's a whole nother meaning to it, which is a metaphysical, spiritual layer. And it's what people don't know about. They just don't know. And only a spiritual awakening will let you grasp, glimpse, gleam, accept, and start growing and waking up to the knowledge, and not balking and coughing and ho-humming and bashing things just because you never heard of it before. So anyway, I wish that I shouldn't say that. I was about to say that I wish I wouldn't be driven to make these audios, but I am, because the thoughts come in and the universe has given me the time to do it. And I really want to do it because it is actually the only thing that has value in life. In this mundane existence that we're living, it is the only thing that means anything. To decode the illusion that we're living, the lies that we're living, the matrix that we're living, and the so-called hell, which isn't the real meaning of hell is not something bad. Hell has EL in it. So it is being trapped in the body. That's what Bobby Hemmit said. Hell is being trapped in the body. You have your God energy side, but you're dead to it. But if you were awakened to it, you would be transforming through the spiritual and the physical whenever you want it to. It's like you come down here to take a vacation from your spiritual self. But your spiritual self is perfect bliss and harmony anyway. It's just not in a physical body. It is in another realm. So, here's the decoding of the Terminator. And I'm going to include a quote. Point number 1 is the Terminator is your destructive God energy, i.e. the ancestors, the quote-unquote, what they actually call the great old ones. If you ever hear this term, the great old ones, that is something real. That is something from Egyptian text, scripts, temples. They actually use those words. If you hear that in a horror movie, that supports what Bobby Hemmit says, because they're getting that from ancient Egyptian text. It is the energy of the ancestors before you, the great old ones. But there's a cycle of destruction that must happen. And GD, as people say, we need to bring that energy on in full force now. I mean, eternity, you cannot even fathom eternity. This motherfucking pig beast, Frankenstein, empty vessel, soulless bag of pus has only been around since the creation of a religion and a couple hundred years before that, so they could, because it took them a couple hundred years to create religions and cover up all kinds of knowledge and meta-netter, the language of meta-netter. So, the Terminator, I think you could think of it as Osiris, but it doesn't have to be exactly Osiris. It is a destructive energy, your own destructive energy. And you could also think of it as Anubis, because it's a protector. It is the protector that came back from the past, from the future, to protect the Messiah that would be the one to discover how to destroy the Matrix, basically. And dang, I wish I knew what they call Skylab or something. In the movie, in Terminator, their term for the Matrix was Skylab or something like that. Which is, the same thing is happening now anyway, where everything is going to be automated, digitized, non-personal robots, robot checking out, robotic police roaming around, cameras everywhere, rating people, rating, for every little thing they do, social behavior, rating social behavior, basically telling on people, everybody's an enemy, everybody's a suspect, looking for the rebel, looking for the person that's thinking differently, looking for the person that's trying to still be human and interact in a human way. Anybody that's not in the money system, Anyway, that's the end of the decoding. Again, the Terminator is the destructive energy of your soul. And in the movie, it came back from the future to try to wake you up. It's like your future self trying to wake you up, but it was a creation of that kid. That Terminator was the future creation of that kid. So, your ancestors are the future creation of the destructive energy that is going to sync with you upon your command, upon your awakening, to destroy the beast and this whole fucking system. Do I need to tell you what this system is? If you were anywhere near the Bobby Hemmit frequency, this system is, the money system, exploitation. You have, everything is based on money. You're paying for food, you're paying for clothing, you're paying for shelter, you're paying to go to a goddamn green space, pay to go to a fucking park. You're paying, you're selling your own fucking blood. I mean, everything has a goddamn price. You're selling babies. You're selling your body. When what you really need is given to you from free. You are buying electricity that is actually magnetism, and the electric company is just using magnets as a generator, but it's pumping it out to different areas. But I mean, you got to think about, what is electricity? And the amount of electricity that you're using is very minuscule compared to what they put in the walls. But they're putting a big price on it. You're barely using any amps to have your computer or light on. But you're paying like $200 for a goddamn electric bill to keep the refrigerator on, keep the AC on. Who put a price on a goddamn fucking electrical current? A frequency. You basically put a price on it, a frequency. Anyway, you know what else I got? Sarah Connor. I just decoded her name. I don't remember the boy's name. I'm not doing this by research. I'm doing this by memory. And I'm doing it because I was really bored trying to look for something on YouTube. And I decided to review the movie Terminator because it's like, I would say, a top 20 movie of all times. So, boys and girls, when you know the names of deities, you can decode the current names of celebrities, corporations, and even you will see it in black people's names, and even in all the language that you have is from metanetter. It's just distorted. It's distorted because they added vowels that are not the true frequency of the universe, and we're pronunciating things differently. Every phoneme actually is a god. Every phoneme is a god. So sa, S-A, just that alone, the universe has ingredients. Even if you're using part of the ingredient, you're still using that ingredient. And then the person that knows what that ingredient is, they know the power of that. SA, boys and girls, is using the frequencies for Satan. Yes, the T is removed. Doesn't matter. It's still talking about Sut, Satan, Satan, Shah, Sa. Sa, Ra. Well, you know what Ra is, the sun. Sut. Satan is Sut. The original name of Satan is Sut. And Sut is black. And black is just talking about the creative melanin force of the universe. That is all that it is. I mean, to simplify it, of course, the dynamicness of it is that it transforms into different things. It's a chameleon, you know. So let me just break down Sarah. Sa is Sut, Satan. Ra is the sun god, right? The sun deity, but it's really talking about Horus, the eye of Horus. Sa-Ra, black Horus, black sun. Connor, Con means black, boys and girls. Put that in your memory banks. Khan, or any form of the word Khan, means black. The wrath of Khan in Star Trek is talking about the wrath of the black civilization. And remember anyway, Khan, his whole civilization was destroyed. The wrath of Khan, that's why they titled that movie that. Connor. I can't really say how I know this, but I think it's related to the word earth. The word that we're using. It's like a foundation. Isn't a lot of words, right? It's a foundation. That's my conclusion on it. Sarah Connor, Black Earth. Sut Sa Ra. The sun of the black, because soot means black. The S-U-N of the black. Connor, Black Earth. There you go. I don't know the boy's name. Because I'm not doing this by research, by recently researching. I'm doing this because it popped in my head. And I did decode it before. I was going to decode this movie before, but it would take so much to do. It's a very complex movie. So anyway, now we're going to end with a audio from the movie, and it's talking about the beast. See, the way you have to be able to decode sci-fi in different parts, okay? The parts might not fit the movie, but those pieces are talking about something occult and metaphysical. So the audio I'm going to show you now is describing the beast. But of course, to mix things up, in the movie, it's talking about the Terminator. But the Terminator is the good person. The Terminator is your protector. The Terminator is the destructive power of every deity, because every deity has a duality. They have a creation side and a destructive side. You need to bring on the force of the destructive side. So again, in what you're going to hear is talking about the beast, describing the beast. But in the movie, in real life, in the metaphysical decoding, is talking about the beast. But in the movie, in the structure of the movie, it's talking about the Terminator. So let's listen to it now. And I know that not so smoothly, but this is all I can think of, really.
It's into the movie when Kyle gives that famous monologue.
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse
or
beast. Fear. And it absolutely will not stop, ever, until you are dead.
That's the
beast. But even before the speech,
that is the motherfucking beast. Relentless. Will not stop until you're dead. Ergo, your celebrity deaths every fucking month. Like, the people that run this world, they know the occult and they know the metaphysical science of the universe. And they know that the people they are subjugating are the God energy people. They know the time's clicking away. Like, they know that technology has superseded their ability to suppress people. And so that has created an awakening because of technology. Before you were just dumb as hell waiting for them to show you a goddamn program on TV. And also listening to a fucking radio before that, they pretended like they didn't know how to make TV. They have slowed down society and spoon-fed you this idea that there's something called technology and that it increases and that they are the inventors of it, and it's not so. When they had the radio, they already knew computers. They just had to have a system to keep you down, keep you ignorant, make it like they're making progress in civilization when they're really destroying civilization, and make you keep buying shit. So you go from the phone, and you can call somebody on the phone through the fucking computer. You're using the electromagnetic field that's already in the air. There's electricity in the air. You're breathing it. That's how you're alive. You're breathing electricity. It's electricity in a different form. It's really electromagnetism. And when you have lightning from the sky, that is to recharge the energy of the earth. Or that's one form. That's one way that the earth recharges itself. So, anyway, I'm going to bring this to a close now. Yes, I rambled. Yes, I'm thinking as I speak. But quite frankly, many of us are given too much of a goddamn program, and you're not even used to somebody speaking and thinking. You know, you want to even skip over what they're saying, not listen to what they're saying. But anyway, that is the decoding of the Terminator. You have that Terminator inside you. It's your Anubis energy. You will increase in consciousness at whatever level you are at. And if you're on 1,000-watt frequency, you need to think destruction, curse the beast, mentally curse the beast. Because they're doing it to you directly, but they're also doing it to you behind the scenes. I mean, your neighbor is in a Freemason group. Your teachers are in little coven groups, little witch groups. They try to touch you to get just touching you. Just touching you gives them some kind of jolt. I've had, and I bear witness to this. I was temporarily working in a hospital doing some cleaning, okay? I had 2 male nurses, 2 different days, 2 different time zones, intentionally touch me for no reason. Now, am I going to react to these stupid fuckers? No. But what I'm saying is they walk by and they put their hand, I forgot how the guy put his hand on my back, and then one guy, like, touched my shoulder or something. I'm like, who do these people think they are? You know? See, this is the thing. To be honest, this is the thing. I had my hair wrapped, so these stupid fuckers think I'm the stupid immigrant that thinks the white person is a goddamn god. Now, we know black people in America also think the white person's a god, but more so in other countries, melanated people elevate them up. And the immigrant is catered to over the black indigenous black American, because when they know you're the black American, they know that you know who the fuck they are. Even if it's just a mundane level, okay, I know that your ancestors were slaves or whatever. Or I know that you were, by default, a WS, Freemason, whatever. Just by default, just by default, you were on a certain team. So anyway, that ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. You can take part of it. Take the part that you understand. And set aside the part that you don't understand or you're not ready to accept. Because I'm telling you about real life. most people, and I remember when I was like that, but I still was a teenager, I didn't want to hear about slavery. Like, after I saw the Martin Luther King movie on TV, I was crying. That's not something I want to see again. I didn't like seeing those kind of things. I thought that Beloved, that first movie that Oprah pumped out, I went to see it, but I thought it was appalling. I thought it was revolting. So I would not go to any movie that was showing black people in those circumstances. But I was, a young adult when I saw The Color Purple also. I think I was a teenager. I didn't see it at the movies, I saw it on TV. But anyway, all of that shit gets in your mind of your biggest electromagnetic field, your mental electromagnetic field, and that shit sticks with you. And that is part of how they control the world, because everybody has these narratives about black people in their goddamn brain. So, I don't go to anything. I would not watch anything that shows the defamation, murder, or subjugation of slavery in a movie again. Like all these stupid movies, 12 Years a Slave or some bullshit like that. I saw a clip of that, on a little piece of that, by accident on YouTube, and I was appalled. It was a scene where Lupita was begging the slave master for a bath or some shit like that. She was saying how much she stank and stuff like that. By the way, Lupita is not a black American. The person that's a black American, please stand up. That girl is not a fucking black American, and she's not from goddamn Mexico either. That's just, what is that? That's mockery. They put her on the scene to mockingly pay homage to the indigenous black Mexican. But they're mocking it. They know that Mexican people are gonna buck against that. But not only that, she's not even goddamn Mexican, she's fucking African. How can I say that? Boys and girls, I've been exposed to a myriad of people from the original continent and lands of their origin. Native people of Kenya, different parts of India, the Middle East, Yemen. I can tell just by looking at them what region they're from. Sudan. Because they are more of a homogeneous type of people, you can tell the difference. I can tell the difference. I know somebody I can tell who's from Haiti or not. I can tell who's from Jamaica or not. The actual black person, I'm not talking about the one that's been mixed or is lighter skinned or something like that. I can tell the difference. Even I could go so far to even add Ethiopia in there, because I've seen and met people from Ethiopia. And even where I live, I know a young lady. I've seen her up close. So I know their phenotype in general, because those melanated lands are more homogeneous. They are very homogeneous. America is the one that's not. But one thing I do want to say is that I'm glad that I was born in America, only because I don't see myself in a box with others. I'm used to being around different people, so it's not like I like to see different people. I like that idea. Even though it has its bad parts to it, well, I'm saying that it can be enriching for you. And I'm just glad that I was born here, because I would have never known about Bobby Hemmit on the level that I know of Bobby Hemmit. And as you can see, I am totally 1000% about Bobby Hemmit. I can't stop talking about him, like only in these audios. Outside in this dead world, in this world of they live. I mean, I literally live in the context of they live. When I go outside, I cannot see the same way that I used to see. Because I'm actually in a super redneck town, so it shows more. It shows, period. It shows, period, okay? I used to live somewhere that was very mixed. People are nice. They have money, but they don't act uppity. Small town. Well, small area. I don't know what I'm going to do here, actually. I really, really don't. I'm getting harassed by a motherfucker above me. A redneck motherfucker that works for the apartment complex, so that makes it very complicated. Anyway, yes, I have shared that. And that's going to end another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. Sure, you can just hear a little bit of noise just now. You will increase in consciousness at whatever level you are on. And if you're on 1,000 watt, think destruction, send out curses, and verbally say you're done with this world. Let the energy of your own God self come and destroy this earth, the beast. You're not going to destroy the earth exactly. You're just going to eradicate the things on the surface layer. You're going to eradicate the things on the surface layer. The matrix, the concrete buildings, and all of this fakery shit that is the opposite of nature, because nature is abundance to infinity, and we're living in lack and sickness and death and murder and all kinds of fuckery. You got more land than you could ever touch, and you're up here suffering, not having a place to live. I mean, the madness is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. They would rather have empty homes than put somebody in a goddamn home. Empty homes, empty mansions. Please look up abandoned mansions. They're all over the fucking place. Stuff still in it. And you got people suffering without a goddamn home. Empty buildings. Construction companies and construction projects that never got finished, or they did get finished, and a government building that, okay, we're going to change the building now. We'll just leave it like it is. I'm telling you, a lot of people, they will say, why are you worried about that? That is not your problem. You're thinking too much. No, bitch, you're not thinking enough. You're not awake. This does affect you. It's going to affect you one day. See, the thing is, if it's not affecting you, people just, they're just going to keep going. In case you don't know, America's finished, boys and girls. It's totally, they are about to put, like, when I say this, okay, it's still going to take a couple years or whatever, but they are squashing everybody back to peasanthood. Goddamn celebrities are, pandering on fucking phone commercials just to make some goddamn money. Now, if you can't wake up to that, if you got a celebrity that was in movies and they have decreased the production of movies, and now you have these people that we call big time celebrities and stars and famous people and all this shit going back down to the commercial level of being on a fucking commercial. That is beneath them. The everyday person is supposed to be the one on the commercial. And then later they get up and up and up. Maybe they become famous. But they're doing fucking commercials. This place is finished. And they are killing black celebrities like going to the bathroom. Like using a tissue. They are having to do more and more rituals than ever before to keep power and to keep themselves going and to keep fear in black people. But your DNA is waking up, so just stay elevated in your mind on the Bobby Hemmit frequency, and nothing else is going to matter. And I can say all that I'm saying because I'm experiencing something very serious, which is a lack of money. And when you don't have that fucking money, it should be a wake-up call to you. Because you will be villainized. You will be hated by your family just because you don't have money. And they're not gonna, nobody wants to, because we're under a spell, nobody wants to say, excuse me, the beast is part of this. Excuse me, I'm getting treated badly. Anyway, that's the end. I have some other audios to make. And I guess it's my destiny to do that for the 3 people that listen. And if you can listen to me talking off the cuff, unscripted, and you have the patience to listen to somebody, or you want to learn something interesting or hear something interesting, then Ashe to you and your divinity and your I don't even know what to say anymore. Just Ashe to you and your God energy. And may you use your destructive powers, because that is what the great old ones are waiting for. You are the one in the material world. Only you can summon the destruction of this bitch. You gotta summon the destruction of it. You gotta say, I'm the God energy. I release the desire to to be in this system. And it's time for this world to be finished. And when we talk about world, we're talking about the beast system. And the actual beast, which is a pig-gened, GMO, hybrid, soulless motherfucker. The end.